happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martins, downtown and Livingston.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a mother like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
boom, shakalaka boom. You've tuned in to the free range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you live here inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios on a FAFO Friday, right here on 103.9 WYAB, Mississippi's 50,000 watt news talk blowtorch. That makes us not number 2, not number 3. That makes us the number 1 most powerful news talk station in the state of Mississippi. Don't listen to what anybody else says. We go by facts here, not feelings. We're the number 1 stunner. What? 103.9 WYAB. If you want to text the show this morning, the Ellis Autoplex text line. By the way, you can check out Ellis Autoplex at ellisautoplex.com. They call it Little Truck City for a reason. They got a bunch of trucks out there, 4-doors, 4-wheel drives, lifted up, regular, big tires, small tires. They got some 2-wheel drive, I'm sure. They got it all. Something for every price point within reason. Check them out online today, ellisautoplex.com, or swing by in person, Highway 471, Flowood, Mississippi, right down there on the north end, I believe it is, of, where's south end? Anyway, no, north end of 471, right down there close to 25. You'll see it. It's easy to find. Put it in the old Googleator there in your maps, and it'll drive you straight there. And check out all the great inventory this weekend at Ellis Autoplex. And of course, you can sell them your vehicle too. They make you a fair market value offer on the vehicle. Anyhow, Ellis Autoplex. The text line, if you want to chime in with me this morning, 769-241-1944, 769-241-1944. We'll open up the phone lines in the second segment of the show today. Don't call yet, but the phone number is 601-879-0002. Coming up at 8:07, we'll have State Rep Fred Shanks for a short 20 minutes-ish, give or take. He's got a caucus meeting at 8:30, so we'll cut our Under the Dome segment a little short this week. But we'll have Fred, and I think there's some more updates on the ABC Liquor Warehouse debacle that he teased in a text message last night. So we'll see what he has to say about that. We are streaming worldwide on the Mazda of Jackson live stream. And we are, for the first time ever, probably for the last time, we are streaming to my 100,000 followers on TikTok, as well as Facebook, X, YouTube, and Rumble. Just type in Save JXN. And you will see them all there. Now, for whatever reason, I just can't get it to work over on Instagram, which it did last week. It's still attempting to connect. If it does, I'll let you know. But for whatever reason, no dice on Instagram right now. Not sure what the problem with that is, but if that changes, I'll let you know. If for some reason you'll want to go watch on Instagram. Really, there's more haters over there on Instagram than anywhere. So I like to push the show over there, just to agitate the culture rot folks. They're like, I hate you. You're a racist. I'm like, thank you for watching. All right. think we got all our house cleaning done there. Welcome to the show this morning. You can, of course, always comment in the live stream if you want to comment there on the Mazda Jackson live stream. We try to read those throughout the show. Sometimes I get to them, sometimes I don't. Most of the time, they're just over there. I don't even know if they're listening to the show half the time based on some of the comments I see over there. I'm like, what in the blue hell are y'all talking about? I haven't said about any of that stuff. But so yesterday, a little big news dropped right at about 12:55. And I know the time because as soon as I got the notifications, I screenshot it and sent it over to Sean because I knew he was on with Lindsay and he would find it quite interesting. Trump, some are saying he fired her, some are saying he reassigned her, whatever you want to call it. She's no longer DHS secretary. And I have pulled for Kristi. I wanted Kristi to do a good job. I really did. I like her. Pretty girl bias, right? Pretty hot girl. Not pretty hot. She's a pretty hot girl. So you pull for them to do good, man. We pull for good looking people, right? We just do. We have a pretty chick bias. Just like girls have a good looking guy bias. Like you pull for good looking people to do good. And she did a terrible job. I think if we're just being honest, even if she didn't do a terrible job, I mean, I liked all the chaos in Minneapolis. I liked the two white liberal nut job domestic terrorists getting their caps peeled back. I thought we should do more of that. I don't know what the problem is there, except that we didn't do that to more of them. But that's just my opinion. I think that's how you start teaching some real lessons around here. But there's a reason I'm not in the cabinet, I guess. But what really seemed to, I guess, get under Trump's crawl was she spent about $200 million in an ad campaign promoting herself. And then she said that she had his permission to do it. And I guess maybe she didn't. And I'd heard about this just kind of completely, how do I say this? Completely, what's the word I'm looking for here? Accidentally. We'll just say that. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. So we'll just say I accidentally stumbled across this a couple of weeks ago, just randomly on YouTube. I don't know how I went down a Air Force One, Air Force Two, a private plane, a rabbit hole, watching some videos about like private government, like government planes and jets and stuff. But I ended up finding a video about this new, it looked like a smaller version of Air Force One and Air Force Two. And I know that's not the real names of the planes, but you know what the government calls it. If the president's in it, it's Air Force One. If the vice president in it, I believe it's Air Force Two. Anyway, it's one of the smaller jets, but by no means is it a small jet. It's probably like the size of Trump's personal jet. And it had been painted just like the big ones with the United States of America on it and the blue and all that, blue and white. And they're like, what is this plane? And they did some research on it and they somehow got a tour of it. And it's got this big master bedroom suite in the back of it. They're like, yeah, this is for Kristi Noem, the DHS. And they're like, why she has a master bed in the back of this thing? I have no clue. And like I said, it was a good month, maybe 6 weeks ago when I saw this video. And so it was kind of stuck in the back of my head. Well, then I start hearing about this alleged affair with Corey Lewandowski, which we knew that Kristi had been having an affair with somebody or had an affair with, maybe it's been with Corey for a long time, but she was married or technically still is married, but there was all these rumors of her having an affair. I just don't remember who the original one was, who the original affair was with. Again, it may be Corey Lewandowski, who for longtime Trump supporters remembers Corey as his campaign manager in 2016. And then Corey had some problems here and there. I think, remember, he got arrested too for something or another. And anyway, he was back in the camp for 2024. He was an advisor or whatnot. And somehow or another, he's been like a special assistant to the DHS secretary, Kristi Noem. Well, there've been all these rumors they've been having an affair. And then it all kind of came to a head yesterday when they said that some Trump insiders said this. Now, Trump didn't say it, but said, yeah, there's some real problems with this new plane that she has and this master bed in the back. And then all this stuff, these alleged affair rumors with Corey Lewandowski. I don't know. So basically what we're saying here is and she went and got this plane on her own. Like, she controls her budget. So she budgeted for this plane because it started out as a rental. And then they just kind of had it wrapped in the United States, the official Air Force One kind of vibe. And pretty much what they've done is created them a penthouse in the sky, a hotel in the sky for them to join the 30,000, the Mile High Club, to join the Mile High Club on the government dime. Now, don't hate the player, hate the game. I ain't mad at them. Fist bump to Corey Lewandowski. Fist bump right there, dog. I ain't mad at you. I mean, now, allegedly, he's married too. You know, shame on them for cheating on their spouses, but I'm guessing that they're separated from their spouses and they're just still technically, legally married. You know, I'm not going to get caught up in the semantics of I ain't got the government out of my business yet, so I can't date somebody. I would be quite the hypocrite if I said otherwise, because, you know, my divorce was not final, but I can assure you I was dating somebody else before my divorce was final. We live under separate roofs. The only reason we ain't divorced yet is because you won't sign these damn papers. We divorced. You ain't going to be CB and me. No, ma'am. Ain't going to be doing it. Ain't going to be doing it. So I got a text in. Somebody said, I believe Corey was really the one running DHS. Yeah, look, she was the face of the place. I don't believe she was running DHS. She had no experience to be running DHS. But whatever the case may be, we now have Markwayne Mullin running DHS, a congressman from Oklahoma. And this dude is an American badass. Like, he is my new superhero. And we've got some video we'll play after this next break here of him standing up and getting ready to throw blows in a congressional hearing with a guy that tried to fight him. Let's see here. If I got it pulled up here real quick, we may be able to play it before the break. No, I forgot I didn't save it to my favorites. I retweeted it. Let's see here. Here we go. I got it. Give me 2 seconds here. We'll get it pulled up and we'll play this real quick here for you guys, because why not, right? Why the heck not? This is our new DHS secretary. And man, talk about my kind of guy. Straight head buster. Straight head buster. Not playing any games. Called the guy out. He read what the guy said to him. I guess he sent a letter saying he'd whoop him. And he said, well, I'm just going to let him say it. Now, there's a little Metallica music, I think, in the background. We're probably going to get pinged for on YouTube for playing this, but whatever. I'll fall on the sword.
Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You know, you're a United States Senator.
Quit.
I think that was Bernie. I think that was Bernie in the background. United States Senator. So he's a senator, not a congressman, by the way. I apologize for getting that wrong. But that is our new DHS secretary. Put that in your veins. That's the kind of people we got fighting for America. Call! Eagles soaring, baby, on a FAFO Friday. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Located in Ridgeland and Flora, come see me, Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show, live here on 103.9 WYAB. Before we do an ad read, I want to go straight to this video that the White House released this morning, or maybe yesterday. And it's just something to get you fired up on a FAFO Friday here as we go into the weekend. Just remember, we are America. You are America. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, straight, immigrant, illegal. Well, no, illegal, you're not American. Sorry, you got to leave. Black, white, Hispanic, Indian. It don't matter what you are, gay, straight. That's the only two things I recognize, by the way. Anything else, crazy. But anyway, doesn't matter what you are, who you are, how you got here. As long as you're here legally, born here, you are American. It is your birthright or your God-given right to be just a badass. So enjoy this. You can go. It ain't too late to go wash that blue and purple out of your hair this morning. I know a good stylist. I know a good barber. We can fix you. We can fix you. This is going to help get that running through your veins. If you're listening on the radio, just close your eyes and just think of American supremacy. And I'm giving you the soundtrack to just vision us blowing our enemies to hell. This is courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Wake up, Daddy son.
Welcome home, son.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
What will you do without freedom? Mavericks inbound.
You can't conceive of what I'm capable of.
Finished.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice American way.
I am the danger. Time to find out. Maximum effort. Here it comes. Now end this.
Flawless victory.
Yes. Put it in my veins this morning. Y'all get by 042 Wine and Spirits today. Get all of your wine and spirit needs for the weekend. Right over there, Highway 80, Brandon, Mississippi. Crossgates, Brandon, next to Sonny's Barbecue. Locally owned, locally operated. Good dudes, good girls that work there. Kim, one of the girls that worked there, I literally known her since I was 14 years old. We grew up in the same neighborhood. Kevin, bartender for years and years and years around here, going all the way back to the dock at least. Can mix any drink you could possibly imagine. Can help you with any recipe you need when you're buying stuff from there. Just ask him. He does not mind helping you out. Shout out to Kevin. Just great folks there, top to bottom. I don't know everybody else's name there, but good folks. They've had a really consistent crew that's been there for a long time, and that tells me a lot about a place when they don't have high turnover, especially in retail. It means they take care of their customers, means they take care of their employees because their employees are taking care of their customers. It's a good trickle-down effect there. So swing by there today, assuming there's no backlog issues. Normally, they've got about 400 different wines to choose from, over 200 different bourbons and whiskeys, 50 different vodkas, 50 different tequilas or more. All the setups you can imagine, all the ready-to-drink cocktails in a can. All you got to do is just open them, pour them on some ice, put them in your fridge, drink them cold, whatever you want to do. Of course, don't drink and drive. And don't forget that they close at 8 during the week and on weekends. So make it, if you're used to somewhere that stays open to 10, just make a mental note. Hey, I got to get there by 8. And boom, off to doing whatever you got to do for the weekend. 042 Wine and Spirits. All right, man. Let me switch back over here. Get the comments pulled back up on the screen here. Let's see what we got in the comments. The Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. 769-241-1944. Let's see here. Frisco. Every time I hear the word Frisco, I think of Tupac. Frisco. I don't remember what song was that. All Eyes on Me, maybe, or You Can't See Me. One of the songs off All Eyes on Me. He's like Frisco, talking about San Francisco. All right. Anyway, he says, do they know the recipe for the dot rocker? Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. Now he might not give that to you. That's industry insider stuff there, but a lot of people know a version of the dot rocker recipe. There was one that was floating around the internet for a while. DeWitt DeWeese on the dock's buddy of mine. I've been trying to get DeWitt on the show forever. So let me just throw that out there. If anybody's friends with DeWitt and you're listening to this morning, tell DeWitt that you want him to come on the Clay Edwards show and sit back and tell old war stories about the dock. And man, I can tell war stories about mine, and we can just sit here and have a grand old show one day telling war stories about the nightclub days. I would love to sit back and have a good long form with DeWitt. I think we can make radio magic. I really do. But with that said, that recipe was floating around a couple of years ago all over Facebook, and DeWitt said something to the extent of, that ain't it. It may be close. It may be something similar, but that's not it. And there's some different bars around here who have a dot rocker style drink. I mean, look, I'm not afraid to mention places that aren't sponsors. I don't abide by the fourth wall, between reality and media. I think Pelican and Shuckers has a dot rocker, and that also they have that other one, the mudslide one. So, and I didn't drink enough dot rockers back in the day. I liked them. I'm just not a big frozen drink guy. It's not that they're not good. That's like the worst hangovers you could possibly have. All that sugar. They're just loaded up with sugar. Now, Kirk, over at, everybody knows Kirk and Trevor, but Kirk, for the sake of this conversation, is a bartender at Pelican and some other places. But I was at Pelican a few months ago. Maybe it was last summer, actually. And they had just, one of my favorite flavors is that creamsicle flavor. And I'll be damned if they don't have a frozen drink that is the dreamsicle flavor. Now he's like, try this. He gave me like a little sample, like a shot cup size. Bro, I could have drank 20 of those. I didn't drink them no more than that sip because I knew if I jump down this rabbit hole, I ain't coming out of it. Not today. And I knew that I would feel like 7 levels of hell the next day if I drank all that sugary stuff. But man, oh man, oh man. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if he's gonna give you the dot rocker recipe. That may be a line too far. You know, that's just industry insider stuff there. But a good ask. Good. I ain't saying he won't. How about my buddy Jeremy from San Antonio? Jeremy been giving me some good advice about some places to go in San Antonio where they got big booty Latina chicks. He says, look, Hooters, just because Hooters and Twin Peaks ain't working out, don't mean some of the locally owned places in Texas ain't got big booty Latina chicks. He said, now his wife, hopefully his wife ain't listening to this. He said, now, you know, his wife's got the like Life 360 or something like that in the location on his phone. I guess you can just do that with your iPhone. You don't have to have Life 360. And she's made it clear that if he goes to any of these places, that is grounds for divorce. So, but anyway, he chimes in this morning and says, a couple of weekends ago, Texas Department of Public Safety, Highway Patrol, and DOT had a recruiting event at a jiu-jitsu tournament in Austin. If you can find the article, I'll send it to you on X. Yeah, man, please send that to me. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see here. Let's see. Got something going on. Yo, Clay, it's Justin, your YouTube mod. I have a couple of concerns wanted to bring to your attention. First, maybe you shouldn't stream the show live, both YouTube channels, for a couple of reasons. All right, I'll get to that. Yeah, just appreciate it. Yeah, I was streaming the show to both YouTube channels because I was testing something, and I just keep forgetting to quit sending it to the Clay Edwards show. But that channel doesn't have many followers. It's my personal channel. I just changed the name of it to Clay Edwards Show before anybody else claimed it. It's only got like 800 followers or something like that over there. But I was kind of testing a theory because it hasn't ever been put in YouTube jail. And the algorithm hasn't been set for that channel. So I was just curious if I streamed over there, would the show get a broader audience? It has not. That has not worked over there. And I just keep forgetting to do that. So anyway, I'll read that full text and address it off air. Well, let's see here. Let's go to some of the comments here. See what we got. Hugo says, let's go San Antonio native here. Shout out to my man. Look, I wish I'm gonna be honest. I love Mississippi. I really do. But I really feel like I was supposed to be a Texan. Like I just, like like girls especially, they just feel like they were supposed to live in Florida. Like they were just supposed to live on a beach somewhere. Like I just feel like I was supposed to have lived in Texas. And I don't mean all the cowboy stuff either. I'm a redneck, but I'm an urban redneck. Like an urban cowboy, but I'm just like an urbanized redneck. I'm a concrete cowboy. I'm not going for the ranches and the horses and the rodeos. I do love rodeos. I would go to all the rodeos, but I'm just saying that ain't like why I would go. But man, there's so much going on in Texas. The music, the food, just the entertainment, the ability to get away from the trash you don't want to be around and still have a good time. The money, the jobs, the entertainment, the food. Did I mention the food? I don't know. I know we got all that here, but man, it's so spread out here. It really is. I feel like I was supposed to be a Texan, but I'm not. Y'all are stuck with me. I am your representative of the FAFO Nation here in Mississippi, the Central Mississippi chapter of the FAFO Nation. As far as I know, it's the only chapter. Thank y'all for being a part of it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to the news of the day here on the FAFO Friday. Coming up 8:07, we got Fred Shanks for about 20 minutes. One good long segment. We're going to see what's going on at the Capitol. And apparently there is some movement on the ABC liquor distribution debacle log jam up there. Legislators are trying, the House side of the legislation is trying their best to come up with a solution. We'll see what that is and more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 103.9 WYAB.
.039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Spring is in the air and temperatures are on the rise, requiring us to run the AC nonstop. Don't let those days sneak up on you. Call Pure Air Consultants today for your spring inspection on your AC system. Pure Air Consultants, your go-to Ring Pro partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time at all. Locally owned and operated, Ring and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue. Contact Pure Air Consultants today online at mypureconsultants.com. That's mypureconsultants.com.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits, and get 1 year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. Online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi. Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. This segment brought to you by our friends over at McBee's Bar and Grill right there. Lake Harbor Drive, Ridgeland, Mississippi. Swing by McBee's today. It's a fried catfish Friday, and I can guarantee you one thing, that is Mississippi farm-raised catfish. You ain't got to wonder. I ain't coming from Vietnam. Ain't no Vietnam. These boots ain't made for walking. That is Mississippi farm-raised catfish being served up by some of the best servers in the state of Mississippi. That's absolutely right. Locally owned, locally operated. One of the last great American dive bars left. New ownership. It's been freshened up a little bit, but it ain't lost that mystique and that charm that makes it a great American dive bar. And it's clean. I mean, there's a difference in being an old grungy dive bar, and there's nothing wrong with that if you ain't eating there. Like, I mean, I don't want to name any names because some of these places are still open, so I'll be respectful and not name any names of some grungy dive bars. But Sorry about that. But McBee's is good and clean. There's always paper towels in the restrooms. The restrooms are always clean. You know, you ain't gonna get the bubonic plague in there like you will some places. So ain't no rust anywhere, nothing like that. Sorry, my TikTok was on. Anyway, man, get by there, eat today. If fried fish ain't your thing, don't fret. You can do hand-battered country fried steak, grilled chicken breast, or hamburger steak for the blue plates with all the 7 or 8, 9, 10 different sides they have available every day. I was talking about this about Martin's the other day too. Same thing goes for McBee's. I love a place that just has the same fixed amount of sides every day. There is nothing worse than going somewhere and expecting to be able to get mashed potatoes and gravy with my fried pork chop or country fried steak or whatever, fried chicken. And like, oh no, we do rice and gravy with this one on this day instead of mashed potatoes and gravy. You do what? I can't dip my crust into rice and gravy. I dip my crust into mashed potatoes. How in the blue hell am I supposed to get my roll? And that's another thing. Places that don't have rolls. McBee's has rolls, cornbread, and Mexican cornbread. How am I supposed to peel the crust off or cut a little bite up, open my roll, and make a little country fried steak slider and dip in mashed potatoes if there's no mashed potatoes available? See, these are the things I think about. If you ever wonder what drives Clay to eat and where he eats so often, these are the little things that drive me to eat and wherever I eat so often. Yes, I'm crazy. I know. I've gotten very ornery at my age. I'm going to eat what I want, when I want, how I want it. Any way you want. Maybe these boots are made for walking. McBee's Bar and Grill. Swing by today. They have mashed potatoes every day. I think they have rice and gravy every day too. As a matter of fact, we have the technology. So let's see. Where's my McBee's menu? I tell you what, me and somebody around here are gonna fight in the studio. If my McBee's menus keep wandering off, I found it. Here's the sides they have every day. Okra and stewed tomatoes. That's great, by the way. Black-eyed peas, turnip greens, rice and gravy. Side salads, lima beans, green beans, mashed potatoes, and of course they have gravy. Mac and cheese, fried okra. It is my favorite restaurant fried okra in the state of Mississippi that I've had too, by the way. I hadn't talked about that in a while. If you love fried okra, it's the best restaurant fried okra. I can't say it's the best fried okra. My grandmother makes the best fried okra I've ever had. And I'm not done it. No cap, as the kids say, no cap. But McBee's is a close second. And then, of course, they have French fries. So my point being, they have those side dishes every day. All right. I didn't intend on spending 5 minutes talking about mashed potatoes and rice and gravy and country fried steak sliders, but it matters. Consistency matters. And they make their homemade ranch too. If you're on the Ridgeland side of the reservoir today, if you're not, drive over to it. McBee's Bar and Grill. Lunch is served from 11 to 2. Food is served from open to close. So try the club, try whatever. All right. Let's see here. I'll tell you what, we may go to Representative Shanks a little early here. I'll tell you what, let me tell him to go ahead and call in because he's at the Capitol. He may end up having to get into this meeting. Call in now. 601-879-0002. Hey, it's live radio. Sometimes gave him the wrong number. It would help if I gave him the right number, wouldn't it? Sometimes you have to do this when you have to have a call on audible. So we'll get Fred in here a few minutes early, and then maybe we'll get him back at 8:07 as well. So we'll get Fred to call in if he sees this text message, and we'll go ahead and start talking about what's going on down at the Capitol. Oh, let's see here. While we wait on the phone to ring, well, there's the phone. So let's get Fred on in here. Hey, Fred.
Hey, bud.
Hey. Yeah. Cool. So what I figured we would do, since you're already at the Capitol, we'll talk till 8:54, and then if you can call back, till 7:54, and then we'll call you back at 8:07 for a few minutes, unless you can't can't do
No,
it.
I'm good. Like I said, I'm good till that caucus meeting. So yeah, whatever you want to do, I'll hang tight and we'll just wing it.
Okay, cool. Well, look, let's jump straight into it. We got State Rep Fred Shanks here on the phone for our Friday kind of under the dome segment. Kind of see what's going on at the Capitol this week. Fred, busy week down there, at least a lot of news coming out of there this week. But you texted me last night and said we may have some more movement or an update on the ABC liquor distribution debacle or delivery debacle, whatever we want to call it, that's affecting so many Mississippians. And before you speak, I just want to remind everybody out there, while we're covering this so intensely, because this isn't just about the liquor, guys. The liquor, this is about people's income, people's livelihoods. This affects way more than the guy or the girl sitting at the bar having a drink or being able to go out to the liquor store and go back to the house and pour a drink. Now, you can have your thoughts on alcohol or whatever, but what you can't deny is it is a huge economic driver. And this is creating a huge negative economic impact for the state of Mississippi. It's affecting people's tips. It is affecting people's hours at work. It is affecting a lot of money negatively and people's ability to pay their bills negatively. And look, again, no matter what side of this you're on, you shouldn't want your neighbor to be suffering because of the states or at the end of the day, it is the states screwing this up. So anyway, there you go, Fred. Just wanted to mention that.
Well, you're right, Clay, and I really appreciate you kind of leading the tip of the spear here for people who don't know what's going on. And you and I kind of caught up Wednesday, I believe, I was kind of catching you up on some of the things that we were talking about. And so what's going on is, to the listeners that don't know, is ABC. That's the Alcohol Beverage Control. That's who delivers all the alcohol to all the liquor stores, casinos, restaurants, things like that. And they've gotten a new system, and we're not getting the whole story straight from them on our end either, and we know that. And so liquor stores, it's small businesses who are suffering here. They may place an order for, I'd just say 50 cases of whatever, and they may get 5 cases. Well, they've already paid for the 50. Right. And it's backlogged. Currently, the last I heard is that they are currently delivering, but that does not mean they're doing anything with the backlog. So one of the things you and I had talked about Wednesday.
And people's money is tied up. You have to pay when you place your order. So you got thousands and thousands of dollars. Small businesses tying up thousands and thousands of dollars for inventory that they haven't gotten. I mean, y'all have to tighten your belt buckle.
Right. It's a dire situation. In Wednesday, we had talked about if you did not get a delivery within 5 days, then you could, one of the things that we had discussed is you could just go to ABC and get it yourself. Well, since then we've had some changes and we actually passed a bill. So I'll say this a couple of times. The bill number is 2838. So every liquor store owner and everybody who's involved, you write down the House Bill 2838. We passed it yesterday. It is going to the Senate. You need to call your senator and tell them you want this. And
HB 2838 for y'all. Listen, HB 2838. I'm gonna drop that in the live stream.
Right, and they can text you or I after we're done, if they need to, and we'll get them the info. But what this bill does is it pretty much opens it wide open. If you cannot, we took the 5-day deal. If you don't get your liquor in 5 days, we just get away with that. If you don't get your liquor when you order it, you can go straight to a distributor and get it. You can still go to ABC and get it. I mean, you could go yourself and get it. You don't have to wait on the delivery, but you can go wherever you want to and get it. It's wide open. And the tax that they pay to ABC on a bottle is, I think, 27.5%.
So
if you get it,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well,
I didn't realize where you were at. I apologize.
Yeah, if you get it elsewhere, it is not that 27.5. It is 15%. So it's lower because there's obviously going to be if you're going to have it shipped in from somewhere else, there's obviously going to be some shipping costs, things like that. So anyway, that tax will be lower.
So what if
you want to get 2 or 3 stores together and start talking to different distributors? Go for it. This is opening it up for the entrepreneur.
What
to figure
if
this thing out?
Okay, so can they go across the river to Louisiana and hit up one of them liquor stores right there and bring it back over?
Yep.
And are they going to have to pay? Are they going to have to pay tax twice on that, where they bought it over there and then paid again over here? I mean, beyond the sales tax when they sell it.
That's up. I mean, it just depends on whatever they buy it for. You know, they're gonna have to cut a deal. But what I'm saying is, they'll be paying a lower tax doing it this way, and it's free enterprise. I mean, it's wide open.
No, I guess
we've talked to.
I guess what I'm asking is, they're going to pay a sales tax in Louisiana when they buy it there, or they're going to have to turn back around, and Mississippi going to tax that
to figure
case
out
also? Because
cut a deal on.
I don't think they should. I don't think the state should be taxing what's coming into the state if we've already paid the Louisiana sales tax. Like for example, when we sell a car, to somebody that lives out of state, they don't pay Mississippi sales tax. They don't pay Mississippi sales tax. They pay Louisiana sales tax, which is usually higher, around 10%. And so we're either responsible. This is when I was in the car business. We're either responsible for sending, if they finance it's kind of a pain in the butt, just to be honest. But if they're paying cash, they know that they have to go pay the tax on the car at the Louisiana, tax assessor, DOR, whatever it is. And they also have to buy their tag. So they're trying to make sure they understand, like, if you're buying a $10,000 car, you better have $1,000 for your taxes plus whatever your tag is. So I was just curious if they pay the Louisiana sales tax, because Louisiana's not going to get in the business of collecting Mississippi sales tax and sending it to the DOR, not a liquor store in Louisiana. Now a distributor might, but a liquor store is not going to get into that business because they're just a retail customer going over there. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I have to figure that out.
Bottom line, this is what they want. The whole point of this is to do away with ABC, which nobody wants, and just let it wide open. You set your own deals up. You work with your distributors on your own. This is what people want.
Yeah.
This is what we're pushing for. I've got good word that on the Senate side, they are going to go for it. We put a repealer in it of 2 years, and what that means is we can call it back in 2 years, see how it's going. If there needs to be adjustments, a lot of things can happen in 2 years. We could look at it. The only thing I'm hearing is the Senate possibly may change that to a year instead of 2 years. But other than that, I've got good word that they're going to pass it, and everything's looking really, really good on it.
All right. What about, and you may or may not know this, what about the orders that are stuck in, and we got about 30 seconds here, the orders that are stuck in the queue that have been prepaid for? Can they just go get them?
They can go get them.
So we're going to have, are there going to be people there who can pull the damn orders?
That I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm just, it's an absolute mess. And we're, like I said, I mean, we're trying to do away with the not all the employees, but we're trying to do away with the system.
Yeah.
And I can't answer that. I don't know.
Fred, let's do this. I'm going to call you back at 8:05 and we'll pick this back up at 8:07.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Okay. Good deal.
All right. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
I'm speaking with Lee Bounds of Rapid Rate Mortgage. Why is Rita Jensen the type of real estate professional you are looking for?
As a mortgage professional, I look for making transactions easier, and Rita Jensen with Remax Connection is a prime example of that. Her attention to detail, her strong communication skills really help us as a mortgage company make everything smooth. From start contract to close, she helps me.
RitaJensen.net.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same-day pickup. Corkanddoor.com. That's corkanddoor.com.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Need to ship something fast, print something now, or wrap the perfect gift? Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt, your one-stop shop for all major shipping carriers. We pack and ship with care, offer private mailbox rentals, copy services, create and print banners, print your photos, lamination, binding, and secure document shredding. We always have a notary available, and we do gift wrapping too. Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt across from Callaway's or online at mailroomgluckstadt.com. Stop in today and get it all done in one place.
This is Gary Bryden with the Association of Independent Methodists, inviting you to join us for the Methodist Bible Hour USA each Sunday morning at 7 a.m. We'll explore the scriptures, share insightful thoughts, and enjoy special music. In today's world, there's a lot of confusion around us, but we'll point you to the eternal truth found only in Jesus Christ. That's the Methodist Bible Hour USA every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB.
The 19th Annual Township Jazz Festival is Saturday, April 11th in Ridgeland. 8 hours of live jazz, headlined by Grammy winner Nestor Torres. Also featuring the Tropic Owls from New Orleans, along with local favorites like the Vamps, Southern Comfort, the JSU Jazz Band, and much more. And admission still free. That's the Township Jazz Festival on Highland Colony Parkway in Ridgeland. Visit townshipjazzfestival.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to our short segment here of the end of the first hour. Coming up, top of hour two, we'll have Fred Shanks back on here to discuss some other bills going on down there at the Capitol this week. So if y'all have any questions you want me to ask State Rep Fred Shanks, drop them in the live stream comments or shoot me a text on the Ellis Autoplex text line at 769-241-1944, and I will try to get them all in the next 20 minutes with Fred. In the meantime, y'all plan on getting out to Cypress Point Resort today. The safari ride, the drive-through safari is open, and the ribeye steak sandwich is on the menu. We'll be back in 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Futures markets are falling after the Labor Department released a new jobs report last hour showing an unexpected downturn. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The economy lost 92,000 jobs in February. That was a surprise. Analysts were expecting about 50 or 60,000 jobs created.
The unemployment rate rose to 4.4%.
The Labor Department said this is mostly due to strike activity. Once strikes are settled, those numbers usually come back in the subsequent month.
That strike at Kaiser Permanente, Dow futures down 556 right now. Tomorrow marks a full week of war. U.S. fighter jets prep for takeoff from an aircraft carrier as Israel pounded targets in Tehran and Lebanon. Correspondent Imtiaz Tayyab from Doha.
For a seventh straight day, the U.S. and Israel are carrying out punishing strikes across Iran, claiming to have achieved near complete air superiority after destroying more than 80% of Iran's air defense systems.
President Trump's just posted to Truth Social only an unconditional surrender by Iran will end the war. We're learning Iran likely surveilled the Tactical Operations Center in Kuwait, where 6 U.S. troops were killed.
CBS News has reviewed a U.S. Army Central memo that says small drones were seen flying around the area and were likely conducting reconnaissance ahead of the deadly Iranian drone attack. After the attack, U.S. forces recovered GPS transponders connected to balloons or parachutes near Patriot missile defense systems. It's not clear if those transponders played a role in Iran's drone launches. The memo says Iranian-aligned militia groups had helped monitor U.S. troop movements ahead of the initial U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Washington Post reporting Russia is providing Iran with intelligence to target U.S. forces. President Trump has tapped Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to replace Kristi Noem as Homeland Security Secretary. Correspondent Weijia Jiang is at the White House.
An administration source says Noem's drama, quote, overshadowed and distracted from Trump's immigration agenda.
That drama included a pricey ad campaign and an alleged affair. So much for Pope Francis' second-hand Renault. The new Pope has a shiny new set of wheels. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
Pope Leo is from Chicago's South Side, where Ford Chicago Assembly Plant is located. So Ford CEO Jim Farley thought it only appropriate to give him a special Explorer built at the plant. It's a personal gift from Farley and his wife, who presented it at the Vatican last Saturday.
Dow futures now down 585. NAS futures off 366. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday. Scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health.
News brought to you this hour by Lee's Old Country Store Antiques and Collectibles on Highway 22 in Flora. The Childress sisters have treasures new and vintage.
A stormy weekend in central Mississippi. The high is 84 today. It's mostly cloudy with a 30% chance for rain. Tonight, the low is 66, and it's mostly cloudy. Saturday, you can expect a high of 82 and storms.
We expect severe thunderstorms to be possible, mainly in the afternoon to early evening, mostly north and west of the Natchez Trace corridor.
National Weather Service forecaster Nicholas Fenner.
And then that threat will likely continue into the evening and overnight as the system loses a little bit of its punch into eastern and southeastern Mississippi.
The main threats Saturday are damaging winds and heavy rain, with some showers also on Sunday, though. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Some people had high hopes for these things to happen, but the state legislature is saying no. One of those is the widening of I-55 from Highway 463 to Gluckstadt Road, a bill that also included money for the widening of a part of Lakeland Drive. That bill failed in the House, but there is still hope that the bill could be revived in another form sometime in the next couple of weeks. Other bills that have suffered similar fates include bills that are meant to reform the state public retirement system. One of those would have allowed retired state employees to come back to work and still get 80% of their salary. While 2 women were arrested as accessories to the murder of 22-year-old Melvin Bass, which happened October 19th at the Valero on Cooper Road in Jackson. What JPD has not made yet is an arrest for the killing itself. They are still asking for tips on that. Mississippi gas is up to $2.79 on average for a gallon of regular, says Gas Buddy. Cheapest in the metro, $2.23 at a station in Flowood. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show, here live on 103.9 FM WYAB, or just 103.9 WYAB. We got a new rule around here. No dots, no FMs. It's just 103.9 WYAB. And I'm having to, like an old dog, having to learn a new trick. Hey, real quick before we get back to State Rep Fred Shanks, this segment could be brought to you. I got to get 2 sponsor reads in here, so I got to do it quick. We got El Patrio Mexican Grill and Cantina right there, Highway 80, Brandon, Mississippi. Fred Shanks, very district, right there in front of Cross Gates. It's my home base. It's my favorite Mexican restaurant. It was my favorite Mexican restaurant before they became a sponsor on this show, and it's dang sure my favorite Mexican restaurant now. But hey, if you can't make it to that location, they got a sister location or a brother location, whichever one you want to call it. It's a bigger location, that's for sure. It's right there in Dogwood, Inflowood, right there in front of Dick's Sporting Goods. It's got a huge patio. I don't know if it's going to be patio weekend with the weather we got coming through, but hey, you never know. Swing by today. I think you can get fajitas and a drink for about $12 at lunch. Now, my listeners tip, so you better not come out of there spending less than 20. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. Tip your servers. Tip your servers. But swing by today. Enjoy all the great food, cold drinks, sizzling hot fajitas, frozen margaritas, multiple flavors, fun drinks, fun shots, family friendly on one side, party friendly on another. Everything's separated, so you don't have to blend with the side you don't want to blend with. That's my favorite part about it. With that and the food, of course. So check it out. El Patrio, Mexican Grill and Cantina. Also, with the storms coming through, this is going to be real short. With the storms coming through, if you think you may get any roof damage on your home, your business, whatever, think Watkins Construction and Roofing. Just putting that in the back of your brain right now. You may not need them, but if the strong winds come through and hail comes through, just be thinking Watkins Construction and Roofing, and give those guys a shout. Just throw it in the old Googleator there, get the phone number, and give them a call, and they're going to come out and do a free estimate for you. Inspection, a complimentary inspection of your roof, see what damage was done, if any, and they'll work with your insurance company every step of the way. They're not trying to force a whole new roof onto if you don't need a whole new roof. If you just need a spot fixed, that's all they're going to fix is a spot. If you need a whole new roof, they'll work with your insurance company and do all they can to get you a whole new roof. Watkins Construction and Roofing. All right, let's go to Fred Shanks here. Fred, sorry about that, man. I had to get that in.
Oh, no problem. By the way, Watkins Construction is good, a good group. I had to use them a couple of years ago and did a fantastic job. Super easy to work with, folks. Just personal experience right there. So,
yeah,
good group.
We shared a building together when I got into doing radio and starting the Save Jackson page and all that. I was working at Watkins Automotive, and Stevens family started that, and Michael Deere took it over. And so I was kind of there when all that was happening, or they were around me when all this first started. So I've had a good relationship with those guys for a long time. Of course, I've known Michael Deere for 30 years, going back to my teenage days. But just good folks, man. Good folks. They take care of folks, and he's a Type A personality. He just stays on top of it. Like if he finds out there's an issue, there ain't going to be an issue for long. I can assure you. So that's just the kind of guy, customer service that you just you respect that. You really do. I tell him all the time, he's one of my business idols, just what he's been able to accomplish. I watched him do it. Right. Kind of had a front row seat to it. So cool. Let's Fred, I got a text here. I asked anybody who may have a question for you to shoot one in, and we did get one here. It says unknown texture here says, ask Fred, is the bill for direct shipment of alcohol spirits to residents dead? I guess that's the uncorked Mississippi bill. You know anything about that one? It was similar to the wine bill that passed last year.
Yeah, I don't think that was dead. Now I'll find out here in just a few minutes, but I don't think that was dead. But I will find out.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have not heard about that one. Okay, so I knew about the wine bill. So this is just one where we can get anything shipped to your house, right?
The way I understand it is if you can't get it here.
Okay.
That's kind of the way. Like if it's something kind of
boutique.
Yeah, that's the way I understood it. Well, but yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, it was, if you wanted some type of bourbon or whatever, that you can't get here, then you could. And the way also it had to go back to originally, it had to go back to the store. So that's kind of the way I understood it. But I'll double check. I'll get an answer on that for sure.
Yeah, obviously, I think people should be able to buy whatever they want. I think it should have to go through a store, maybe kind of like a PFL if you order a gun online. But that's just me. I'm always going to try to protect the brick and mortar a little bit. And I guess I sound kind of like a hypocrite there because I don't feel the same way about casinos and online sports betting. I think that, which I know we're going to protect them, but they need to quit blocking. They need to quit blocking this. Like, you got your protections in place. Let's get this online this online gambling stuff online. Let's get the sports betting online.
100%. Absolutely.
Isn't that how isn't the money from the online sports betting supposed to help pay for some PERS stuff or these teacher raises potentially?
Oh yeah. I mean, we were looking at kicking in like it should bring in close to $100 million a year, and we were, have those funds directly going to multiple things. It'd be huge.
Yeah, like I say, I'm a big supporter. I mean, I don't plan on using it. I may do a little fantasy sports stuff. But and maybe some fun plays, of who gets to kick off, who wins the heads and tails stuff, stuff like that. Maybe a parlay here and there, but I'm just not a big game gambler. It's just never been my thing.
Yeah. We did the research about 2 years ago, and there's roughly 3 million people in Mississippi, and I think the amount of people geofenced inside the state that searched for mobile sports betting, it was something like 30 million hits or something. It was insane. So it tells you there's the market's there. People want it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I get it, man. I get you. Just keep opening up the sin. You keep opening up the sin. You keep opening up the sin. But people are doing it anyway.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's still real bookies. There's still real bookies in the state, that are making that money. I ain't got no problem with it, but tax man cometh. Tax man cometh.
Absolutely.
Fred, I know we weren't really planning on talking about it, but what are you hearing down there about on the Senate side with this NIL bill that did pass on the House side? Has the Senate got the appetite to pass this thing?
I think it'll probably die out. I know some people are upset about that one. I think the big point of why people are upset, and I blame it on school choice. I think school choice absolutely is tearing up the Republican Party right now in the state. I think it sucked all the air out of the room. And I think if that had not happened, we could have focused more on, teacher pay raise, PERS, our law enforcement, changing some of their retirement years, which we did have a bill on all of that. But I think had we been able to focus on all those things instead of school choice, then the NIL bill would not really have been a big deal. But by it coming out when it did after all that, it didn't look good, optically. But I think it's a good bill because we're trying to eliminate the income tax here in Mississippi. It's slow. It's not going as fast as I want it to, but we're trying to do that. Texas, Tennessee, and Florida don't have a state income tax. So by us doing the NIL bill for the players, it would have leveled the playing field, because our schools can't compete with those states.
Well, Fred, I ran the numbers on this deal, and Mississippi, I mean, it's a wide range here. Grok gave me the best estimates it could. We paid, or student athletes received somewhere between 50 and 100 million in NIL money last year in Mississippi. So based on 4% tax of anything of earnings over 10,000, it's pretty much, the state makes and sell in income tax $2 million per every 50 million. Right. So, exactly. So at the most, the state loses $4 million on the front end, but what it gets back in sales tax out of that, I believe, would be at 7% or more across the state.
Oh, yeah,
is going to be even more.
Exactly, and people hear that you're taking away a tax on which we're trying to do it for everyone. But when they're like, well, you're singling people out, and you shouldn't do that. But like you said, and that's exactly what it would do. It would be you're losing pennies to make hundreds of dollars. It would be huge. And
that money goes into the local communities where those players are at. Right. Then versus the state versus the state's bucket.
Right. And one playoff game at Ole Miss brought in $76 million.
Yeah.
It's huge. Really just it's just revenue for the state,
Man, But I don't know if you remember we had talked about, and I wasn't picking at them or nothing, but there was a condo for rent up there in Oxford that weekend. Fred, I want to say it was $5,000 a night or something. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of income that's the kind of money the state, these playoff games are bringing in. And
huge.
And it goes back to if you're able to get that good player, because, hey, you know what? He picked Mississippi because of the no income tax on the NIL. You know what, man? Right. That's the price you pay to play the game. We ain't got no problem pulling our pants down for these data centers and these tech companies. You don't think these players, these good players, these 5-star recruits or these transfers, you don't think that they're creating jobs just like a data center? You're crazy if you don't think otherwise.
Right.
Or you're crazy if you think otherwise.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And two, like, I'm not a fan of the NIL. I think it's destroying college sports, and ultimately, I think it may end up being privatized for all I know. But it's here, and we got to deal with it. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of, and I don't like arguing with my fans, my audience, my listeners, so to say. And I know we got a lot of people who disagree with me on this deal, disagree with you on this deal. But this is just how I feel about it, and respectfully, this is how I feel about it. It doesn't affect my life one way or another, and I'm trying to be better this year. It's one of my New Year's resolutions was to things that don't directly affect me, not get fired up about them, and not try to hate on another man's money, not try to be pocket watching another man. It's like because all you're doing is self-sabotaging yourself when you're more worried about what another man is or isn't doing money-wise than yourself.
Well. Mm-hmm. And I look at it too. I mean, you up here under the dome, you got to have some outside the box ideas on things, and just like we did with ABC. I mean, it's real outside the box on what we're trying to do here, and just open it up for free enterprise. Well, same thing with the NIL, and like with NIL, I mean, that was not the main focus of this session. Absolutely not. It was just one of the things we had worked on at the beginning of the session, and of course, we're here now, and it's we're fighting it out, and it's very frustrating trying to get some things done. We've got senators, and I'm not going to call his name out, but he's attacking us online, being very disingenuous with his statements. And it's just very frustrating to try to, get some things done, a little bit of a standoff right now. And in fact, we have a meeting today, which we normally don't have on Fridays. And then I believe the House will be having a press conference right after we meet today, probably around 10:30, and, kind of see what goes there. But, the NIL, for the people who are upset, I mean, this was not the main focus of the session. Absolutely not. It was just one of the outside the box ideas we had. And I liked it. Some people don't, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's dead as far as the last I heard. So
look,
no harm, no foul.
Right. Look, when at the beginning of the session, you throw all these ideas against the wall. It's one of thousands of bills. but because of the potential impact and coming off the school choice thing, it took this thing here and said, whoop, red light, red flag, you know.
Yeah.
It became very polarizing.
Right. And there was a big, you know, some people can look at it too, you know, school choice failed, and so some people who were strictly on that level, you know, there was a lot of people that didn't want that to pass, right? Well, those people also like, well, every single thing that they want individually, they're like, well, we got that, you know, we killed that. Let's kill everything else we don't like. But, you know, some things are here to help, you know. So it's been a very frustrating session. I'll say that.
I'll say this. If you gave me the choice for at least a couple years and you told me that we're going to go down there and get absolutely nothing done for a few years, I would probably be okay with that at the end of the day. Because, you know, unless we start, I think we really need to start doing what Trump did in his first term. If you're going to add any new regulation, you got to take 2 off the books. And that's about where I'm at with these laws. If you're going to create a new law, got to take 2 off the book.
Yeah, you know, and that had been discussed a long time ago. I remember us having some conversations about different things like that. And I mean, I will say now we've played some defense up here. We killed a bill that would have kind of opened up wealth, in my opinion, and a lot of other folks' opinions. It would have kind of opened up welfare fraud. It was kind of a computer system that they were looking at doing, and we really started looking into it. And some of the ideas came from California, and they were kind of hidden in the bill, and you know, things like that. So you always got to be looking. We also killed a bill that would have ultimately hurt, you know, pistol suppressors and the sale of that. You know, something we caught, and we killed that thing dead as a hammer too. So you know, we have been doing things and getting some things done that people just aren't going to hear about. But, you know, we are looking at that. I mean, we're all about keeping gun rights how they should be, and eliminating fraud and welfare fraud and things like that. So we have been doing some of those things.
Well, let's not forget one bill that got killed that would have directly led to a rise in black deaths at the hands of law enforcement if it had passed, and that was the elimination of stun guns from law enforcement.
Yeah, that you know, and that got spun up in the media, and it was a hot talking point. But you know, that's how I always tell people, like when they ask me about a bill and they get stirred up, they'll see a bill like that, and like, oh man, this is crazy, you know, and then they'll post about it, they'll read about it online. I always ask them, like, who authored the bill? Because that's going to tell me all I need to know is that going to pass? Does it even have a chance of passing out of a committee before it even, you know, gets to the House and then the Senate? So, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, that something like that is not getting through here. But you know, it does create something. You know, it's entertaining. You know, not in a good way, but it's entertaining for sure. That kind of stuff. I mean, we killed thousands of those types of bills because at the beginning of the session, we'll probably have 4,500 bills total. And, you know, a lot of them are like that. That one got brought up, but then there were several more you had brought up too. But yeah, we killed tons of those.
Well,
we do that every year.
I'll forever be grateful for the bill for y'all killing the bill that would have made masturbation illegal last year. I've yet to forget about that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I've yet to forget about that one. That was that boy from Canton's name that did that. I'm like, All right, Fred, we got to go. I know you got to get into your meeting. Let me know what it was about when you get done.
Will do, my man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. State Rep Fred Shanks, man, Brandon, Mississippi. He's our guest. He's our sitting guest every Friday here, at least through session and hopefully afterwards. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Here's John and Corey Ravenstein.
You know, we're always trying to find ways to give you more at Juniker Jewelry Company.
More diamonds, more selection, more value for your money.
That's why we built the largest fine jewelry store in the state.
And that's why we're launching Juniker's Rewards Program,
where the more you spend, the more you earn.
That's right. With every qualified purchase at Juniker's, you'll automatically receive Juniker's Rewards points over time that you can use for future purchases.
You get rewards points for every purchase on diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding wedding bands, new fashion jewelry, estate and antique jewelry.
Even on all your jewelry repairs.
Think of it as Juniker's frequent flyer program for love.
And rewards points add up fast. Come to Juniker's and sign up today.
Juniker's Rewards. One more way. At Juniker's, we've been giving you more since 1944.
Juniker Jewelry Company. We're at 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and online at junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Located in Ridgeland and Flora, come see me, Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's is a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Real quick, guys, Mazda of Jackson, we got their March incentives here for you. You need a car? Then march right on over to Mazda Jackson and spring into savings. I told you they had 1.9%. I knew they would. 1.9% financing available for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s, 2026 CX-90s, 2026 CX-50s, and the all-new 2026 CX-70, as well as Mazda 3s with approved credit, and get 1 year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. Suffering through needing a new car can be maddening. So get to Mazda Jackson today, where pre-owned vehicles and hassle-free trade-in options are also available. You can shop online, MazdaJackson.com, or of course, go visit the Carr family and the great staff over there in person, right there at Briarwood Drive, 55 on I-55, and of course, Jackson, Mississippi. My good friends over there, Mazda of Jackson. 1.9, man. That I'm salivating at the idea of 1.9. I could literally go buy a car, like one of their less expensive ones, like a Mazda 3 at 1.9, and the gas I could save driving back and forth from Brandon to Florida every day would probably pay for that car itself. I kid you not. But I doubt I do it because I don't want to pay insurance on two vehicles. But then again, Jamie did tell me at Shelter Insurance Agent told me I probably could save some money with the 2-car deal. I may have to think about that. Anyway, but I know my president's going to get them gas prices back down here before we know it, and it ain't going to matter. And of course, I know nobody feels sorry for me and my gas prices. Me and high gas prices, I chose to buy a Raptor. And if gas was a problem, I shouldn't have bought a Raptor. So, but hey, I do like saving money when I can. I don't want to pay $4 a gallon if I ain't got to pay $4 a gallon or $3 a gallon, whatever it is. But I digress. Hey, we got some breaking news from the White House. Donald Trump has officially demanded the unconditional surrender of Iran. I was wondering when we were going to get to this point here. See if I can zoom this up a little bit and make it where I can see it a little better. Nope, it actually made it smaller when I tried to do it. Let me see if I can read this here. I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone. Y'all bear with me 1 second, please, while I pull it up on my phone. I got it on the screen, but by no means can I read that from here. So look, what do y'all think? Let me just ask the question while I pull this up. Drop a comment in the Mazda Jackson live stream. Do you believe Iran will surrender by the end of the weekend? President Trump says in a Truth Social post, there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender after that, and the selection of a great and acceptable leader or leaders. We and many of our wonderful and very brave allies and partners will work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction, making it economically bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. And he highlighted this: Iran will have a great future. Make Iran great again. MIGA. Make Iran great again. It's got a nice ring to it. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. I have been signing all of my social media posts. I've been signing off my social media posts just like that. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Clayton A. Edwards. Don't ask me what the A stands for. I would never tell you. What do y'all think, man? I can't help but every time I think about us over in war in the desert, in the sandbox, that Outkast song, Bombs Over Baghdad. I know that Iran is not Iraq. Alan Jackson doesn't know the difference either. He told me in a song. And I don't really either, except that I know Iran ain't Iraq. But man, the song is still relevant, right? Bombs over Baghdad. Bombs over Tehran. Anyway, let's go MAGA. Let's go America. Let's go America. I got to call Donald Trump out real quick, though, on something. I got to pull it up on my Facebook here. I don't have this on the screen, so y'all bear with me 1 second. I shared this yesterday from my buddy Kevin Steele. He had beat me to it. Donald Trump, and he corrected it, but there was a big screw up yesterday. And I don't know if Lindsay addressed this on her show or if she will today. Trump made a post, and it says the Save America Act. And Trump demands congressional action in a truth post moments ago. Now, this was yesterday, not moments ago. Trump said the Save America Act. All voters must show voter ID. The top 4.5 things I'm all for. Number 2, all voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. 3, no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. 4, no men in women's sports. And 5, no transgender mutilation surgery for children. See, it should have just stopped right there. There was no need to say another word after that. But the original post had comma without the express written approval of their parents. Lindsay, is this the parental choice y'all want? Is this parental choice that y'all are talking about here? I don't think the parents should be having no say-so in their dangalangs being cut off. No, I can't get behind that. I cannot get behind that. Lindsay, I'm picking at you. I know you're 100% against this, and I see a text message from you. I'll read in just a second. Now it got changed. And if y'all ever watched the documentary, the comeback or whatever it was that Tucker Carlson did when he was embedded with his company was embedded with the Trump campaign for the 2024 election, Trump actually does not type his own post. He has a person that does it, but he tells him explicitly what to say. Now, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because he's on record enough about these transition surgeries. I think this was a mistake, and I'm not trying to glaze him here. I'm just being honest. I think that his track record and what he's been on record saying about these transition surgeries, I believe this was an accident, but within an hour, at least somewhere in there, it got changed and replaced. And now number 5 just simply says, no transgender mutilation surgery for children, period. Nothing else. Let's see what Lindsay's text has to say. Lindsay says, I'm addressing it. And she goes, that's not parent choice. That's child mutilation or abuse. Thank you, Lindsay. I knew. I trust me. Some things I don't have to wonder where Lindsay stands on. I know when I see it where Lindsay stands. But I just had to pick at her a little bit there. Y'all be sure to listen to Lindsay's show, noon to 1, right here on WYAB. If you're looking to advertise on the radio station, maybe my show is a little pricey, but, it'd be like that sometimes. Maybe my show is a little pricey, but you want to get on WYAB, consider Lindsay's show. Consider Andrew Gosser's show, Chip Matthews' show. And reach out to me, Clay at WYAB.com. I'll get you in touch with them. I don't even want them trying to make any of the money on it. Just I don't mind helping them out, helping the station out. You can get on those 3 shows for a pretty good rate. You could probably get on all 3 for about what it costs to get on this one. So let's work something out. If you got a business you want to advertise, they got huge dedicated audiences just like I do. Some people just, believe it or not, some people just put it on WYAB and they don't cut it off. It just stays on all day. There's people that rage listen to Mike Madison and text me thinking I'm him. I love Mike. Mike's allowed to have his opinions. That's what makes this country great, even on a bad day, is we're all allowed to agree and or disagree with each other. And, Mike is just kind of ate up with Israel derangement syndrome and Trump derangement syndrome. It doesn't make him a bad guy. I love Mike. He's still one of my first bosses. He's the first person that ever fired me from a job. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I think I've told the story a bunch of times, but for the new listeners out there, Mike used to be the manager or general manager of rodeos back in the day. One of my first jobs was a bar back at rodeos, and Willie Nelson came. My parents were there and everything. Well, I went and got high as hell with Willie Nelson on his tour bus when I was supposed to just be running some bottled water back there. And I don't know, kind of lost track of time. And I got fired for getting high with Willie Nelson while my parents were at the Willie Nelson concert. And it's funny. I don't think I'd ever seen Mike again until years later when I walked in this radio station and got a job. He's like, hey, I remember you. I was like, man, I remember you. I was like, you fired me for getting high with Willie Nelson. I was like, well, somebody please. Now he can verify that story. And I don't even like smoking weed. It ain't my thing. But if you're ever going to get fired for smoking weed, doing it with Willie Nelson makes it a pretty cool story, doesn't it? We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Need a new car? Then march right over to Mazda of Jackson and spring in the savings. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 CX-5s, 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, CX-70s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit. And get 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. So get to Mazda of Jackson today, where pre-owned vehicles and hassle-free trade-in options are also available. Shop online or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight,
Mississippi, skin that has lost its glow, it is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi. Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Real quick, guys. Martin's, downtown, and Livingston. Today, it's a fried chicken Friday. Fried chicken Friday. Fried catfish, a lot of the other places love fried catfish. But if you want something a little different, hit up Martin's for their hand-battered, award-winning fried chicken on the blue plate. And if you go to Livingston, always recommend sitting at the bar with one of our great Clay Edwards Show listeners, the moderator of our live chat, Mr. Justin, the bartender back there. Good dude, man. Good dude. Tell him I said hello. Make sure you tip him good. And don't forget tomorrow, downtown Jackson, it's the Martin's Crawfish Bowl. Going to start around 3 o'clock. They got the Bailey Brothers, some other bands. Then they got some late night stuff. And don't worry about the weather. Don't worry about the weather. They got that huge covered outdoor patio. They got all the stuff inside. They may move it inside. Weather, whatever. It's crawfish is cooking. Music's a playing. Rain or shine. Get down to Martin's this weekend for the big crawfish bowl. All right. One more thing real quick. We got Martin's. Well, if I think of the other one, I need to hit all. We'll do it before the end of the show there. So, all right, let's see here. I want to play a video. I got to pull it up. Did y'all see this Marine Oh, hold on. I said I would tell a story when I came back from the break. Another Willie Nelson story. Steven hit me up on the Ellis Autoplex text line. He said, Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg are the only two exceptions that it's okay to get fired for smoking weed with them. Well, y'all are going to think I'm lying, but some of y'all know, and I have proof. I can prove it. Not here in this moment, but I can prove it. And you know what's so weird is I don't even smoke weed. It's like, again, it's not my thing. I don't hate on people that do. Everybody's got I like kratom. You know, I don't like weed. It's just not my thing. At least not the traditional kind you get from the ghetto that just makes you high and miserable and sit on the couch paranoid all day. I understand there's some new strains that are supposed to be really good and, you know, can even be like Adderall. So, and I'm willing to try that legally, of course. But I've also gotten high with Snoop Dogg. Now I didn't get fired because, well, he came to my club and I was my boss and I couldn't fire myself. But we had a promoter that came in and rented the club for a night. And when Snoop Dogg was the headliner at the Miller Lite Crawfish Bowl that year, the official Snoop Dogg after party we had changed the name from 105 to Touch at that point. And we had Snoop Dogg there and we got high with Snoop Dogg. Now we didn't do it upstairs in the club part, but downstairs we closed the restaurant and made it like the dressing room, the backstage or whatever. And a few of us got to pass a blunt around with Snoop. And again, I didn't even like weed at that time, but I wasn't telling Snoop no, because in the back of my mind, I was like, if I survive all this, I'm going to have a cool story to tell later in life. And that time is now. 20 years later, I'm having a cool story, or, you know, I don't know if it's cool, but it's a story. It's definitely a story to tell. But somehow or another, in Jackson, Mississippi, without having to leave, I found myself getting high with Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg. And I'm the guy that don't even like smoking weed. So make of that what you will. Quite the follower I was. Quite the follower. Now, definitely not a leader at that time in my life. But again, it's a funny story. And I don't judge. I do judge. I judge people so bad. I love to go people watching. I used to just love to go to the fair and just sit somewhere in the beer tent and just watch all the freaks walk by and just like look at them. I kind of guess what do they do for a living. I love Pearl. I love all my folks in Pearl, but come on now. Y'all know that some country folks be dragging their butts into that Pearl Walmart on Saturdays. Just a different kind of crew. And I used to love to just go to Walmart at Pearl on Saturdays back when I still could and just walk around with a buggy with nothing in it and just look at people. I ought to go get some of those Meta glasses and just walk around Walmart in Pearl on a Saturday and just look at some of the folks that are in there. It is quite interesting. Another funny celebrity story actually includes the Pearl Walmart. Now, this guy's not as famous as Snooper Willie Nelson by any means, but Riff Raff brought Riff Raff to town. Y'all can Google him if you don't know who he is. He is like the king of the white trash mafia. And I picked him up from the airport and he needed to go by Walmart. So here I am walking around Pearl Walmart with Riff Raff. It was just one of those aha kind of fun moments. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're better off for not getting it. But that was kind of one of the fun things I've done in my life is take Mr. White Trash to the probably most white trash Walmart in central Mississippi. Again, no hate on Pearl. I'm not even saying any of those people are from Pearl. Maybe they're from Puckett. Who knows? Anyway, on to the topic that I wanted to talk about here. The video of the Marine, former Marine, jihadist, free Palestinian, that went and got his hand snapped in a congressional hearing the other day. I want to play this video, and he's hollering, "Free Palestine! Nobody wants to die for Israel." Well, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't been a Marine since 2004. You ain't going nowhere, Hoss.
No one wants to fight for Israel! Oh my God! Why are you here? Why are you getting arrested? Free Palestine, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Palestine will be free.
Oh my God, they broke his arm. Oh man.
We just witnessed a Marine veteran interrupting the hearing, and they broke his arm.
Why did he interrupt the hearing?
Because there is a war in Iran, and our military brothers and sisters are going to die for Israel, and we are here to say no. We do not support Israel. We do not want to die for Israel. Stop the war in Iran right now.
And what did they
I know some people that we need to
They pulled him out.
Israel, but, That ain't a very popular topic around here. But that's just my opinion. I know Operation Human Shield. Operation Human Shield. Send in the Rainbow Brigade. Send in the Rainbow Supremacy to Operation Human Shield. The Iron Dome. The Rainbow Dome. I'm kidding. Man, look, so A, that guy's not a Palestinian. That is the most whitest white dude I think I've ever seen in my life. B, he snapped his hand. He broke his hand. If you watch the video, he shoved his hand in there and would not let go. And they were pulling him and it snapped. The senator or congressman or whatever that they were trying to blame it on had nothing. He wasn't even touching him when his hand snapped. He didn't touch him until after his hand snapped. But here's some interesting information. Did you know that he was discharged in 2004? And his name's McGinnis, Brian McGinnis. And so let me just tell you. So he disrupted a SACS hearing yesterday, a couple days ago, repeatedly shouting, "No one wants to die for Israel," and forcibly removed. Sustained a broken bone after trying to cling to a door. Although he was discharged in 2004, McGinnis chose to wear full dress blues to the hearing. He also just so happens to be a Green Party candidate for U.S. Senate. Well. A little political stunt there, wasn't it? And let's see here. He said he was dragged away. He goes to say, "Free Palestine from the halls to Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Palestine will be free." Clearly, he intended to make a spectacle of himself to advance his own political ambitions. He instead disgraced his uniform and FAFO'd in the process, making him this week's FAFO Friday Grand Champion of the Week. And there's plenty of other videos online. Laura Loomer's done a really, say what you want, say what you will about Laura Loomer. I think she's bat crap crazy. And, I love crazy chicks. Laura, holler at me. But anyway, you can go to Laura's page and there's all kind of videos of him wearing his full Marine blues, out waving Palestine flags and all kind of other crazy stuff. He's a nut job. Yeah, I got the video right there. Don Lecrae. I'm reposting this now on my X account. If anybody wants to go see it, at SaveJXN. Nut job. But of course, the media just runs with it. Marine gets arm broken, protesting war. Nobody wants to die for Israel. Yeah, nobody wants to die for anything. I don't know anybody that wants to die for anything except people in Canada with their depression. Man, I saw a stat the other day about that. I don't remember exactly what it was. They're doing those assisted suicides in Canada. I think more people are dying by more people in Canada have died this year by assisted suicide than gun violence in Canada this year. That's interesting. Why are we letting people choose to die and they're young too? It's like Gen Z people are choosing to kill themselves because they can't even. Let's take a break. Come back, land the plane for the day. Online, don't go nowhere. Radio, rip the knob off. We will be right back on 103.9 WYAB. All right. Let's see here. We got a couple minutes before I got to let y'all go, right? We got a couple minutes. Now, I'm not scared to call out our side here because I know I've been seeing it floating around. So there was a J6er who got pardoned by President Trump. Y'all can't see the video. I can here, but he's seen crying in court as he is sentenced to life in prison for violating two children. 45-year-old Andrew Paul Johnson was convicted of violating a child under 12 and one under 16. Johnson reportedly told one of the victims that he was going to receive money from the government following the pardon and that he would put the child in his will. This tactic was believed to be used to keep the child from exposing what Andrew had done, a sheriff's office report read. Quote, "We were scared," one of Johnson's victims testified. Quote, "Like we didn't realize that his stuff was not okay because we were 12 years old." So look, we can agree on some things politically, but if you're a effing pedo, you deserve to die, and I hope you burn in hell. and he is going to the earthly version of hell to spend the rest of his life in prison. And I hope he doesn't survive for long once he gets there, and the folks realize, I hear they ain't treating MAGA too well in jail. So, remember one of them times where maybe they can find out he's a J6er and a pedo. They throw him in Gen Pop and let's see what happens. So gross there. Gross. Can't stand that kind of stuff. All right, guys. I think that's really about all I got for you today. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Get out to Martin's for the crawfish boil. If you're looking for something to do, get over to Chip's place over there on the reservoir. Beethoven's on the reservoir. They're doing a really cool job with the deck and stuff. Get out to Cypress Point. They're going to have it going and rock and rolling all weekend long at Cameron's Garage. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Weather, rain or shine, it don't matter. So I appreciate everybody. Another great week of shows. We had a big audience today with TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X. So I appreciate everybody. I don't know if TikTok's going to keep letting us stream this kind of content. These mean words I say, they're not big fans of over there, but I wanted to try it once just to say I did it. Y'all be blessed, man. Get out, support these great sponsors this weekend, and y'all stay safe out there if the weather gets to you. Be blessed. Salute.